In paper 5, this I think we are in paper 5, S5. Unit 1 is done, which consists of what is sampling, non-sampling errors, and sampling techniques, and SRS. In unit 2 of paper 5, we have stratified random sampling and systematic sampling, also time series. As of now, we have covered simple random sampling, stratified random sampling. With respect to the sampling surveys, only systematic sampling is left, as we are doing many theorems. I want to give a little break there. Up to stratified random sampling, everything is done. We have systematic random sample, where it consists of 3 or 4 theorems, very small theorems. We need to cover those. I want to give a small break, and in that only, in unit 2 only, we have another topic called time series, which I am going to start now. Got it, girls? We are in S5. In S5, we have unit 1, which is completely done. In unit 2, we have covered stratified random sampling. All the topics have been covered, and followed by systematic sampling, which I am going to discuss later on. Now I am going to start another part in unit 2, which is nothing but time series. So let us see what is time series. So this is quite different from the simple random samplings and sampling techniques. Nowhere related to the previous topics. It's a purely independent one. Now let us see what is time series. As you know that statistics is nothing but a collection of data, or a huge data is always called as statistics. Whenever a data is arranged in accordance with time, so if numbers are given to you, if you arrange them in increasing values of their magnitude, we call that as increasing order, or in the reverse order, we call those as decreasing order. Similarly, whenever a data is given to you, if you arrange them in accordance with time, we call that as time series. Or if we arrange the data in chronological order, we call that as a time series. Series means a group of observations or a group of data. If it is arranged in accordance with time, means with respect to the occurrence of time, we call that as a time series. Means here we are going to have two variables. One of the variable always fixed, which is called the time. Other variable is nothing but yt, which is nothing but the value of the variable at time t. I will give you an example. So time series is nothing but arrangement of data with respect to time is called time series. It always consists of two variables. One of the variable is always fixed, which is called time, and another variable is nothing but the value of the time at time t. So always it consists of two variables. I will give you an example for time series, which is nothing but number of or production of a commodity in different years. We have there is a manufacturing industry which produces a particular commodity. If I arrange the data, means we have two variables. Always I said you that in time series, always one of the variable is t, other variable is yt, value of the variable. T be years, yt be the number of items or the commodity produced. I have the data from 2000, 2005, 2010 and 2015. Means in 2000, if I write here, so we are arranging the data with respect to the time t called year. Means 2000, in the year 2000, the number of items produced are 180. In 2005, the items produced are 200. 2010, 310 and so on. The time t may be, as we are calling that as time, the time may be years. That may be years. Time may be, that may be months, that may be days, or that may be hours also. If you take the temperature, I think temperature is always noted hourly temperature. Means in the morning, I think at 6 o'clock they may note the temperature. Here the T is nothing but hours here. Temperature at 6 o'clock, temperature at 10 o'clock, temperature at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock again. Maybe like this. Here, what are the two variables here? As I said you, one of the variable always fixed called time. Here the time is nothing but hours. And the value of the variable here is temperature, means we are arranging the temperature at different points with respect to the time called hours. This forms a time series that may be months also, that may be years also, that may be hours also. If you take attendance or anything, that becomes monthly attendance they will collect. Means the general structure of time series you can represent as with two columns always, T, maybe years or hours or months or anything, T1, T2, so on, Tn. The other variable is nothing but value of the variable y1, y2, yn. This forms a time series. In general, we write the time series mathematically as yt is equals to function of t. See, if you observe take the same example, at 6 o'clock you have 28, at 10 o'clock the temperature is 30, at 12 o'clock it is 34. Means we have a relation between the time and the corresponding temperature. Means always there exists a relation between the value of the variable is always a function of time. With change in the time, you will observe change in the variable. So we write that as yt is equal to f of t. This indicates the functional relationship between functional relationship for time series. You can give your own examples for time series. Year marks and year of passing is a time series. So time series is nothing but it's an arrangement of data in accordance with time is called time series. The time here in time series always we find two variables. One of the variable is time t and the other variable is nothing but value of the variable. Always these there exist only two variables. Out of those the time may be years or days or hours or months as I said you. So this is the functional relationship between the for a time series. These are the examples for time series. Now, very important one we are going to discuss now is nothing but the components of time series. So if you observe that the data doesn't remain same, it is changing from hour to hour, and here also it is changing from year to year. Means with change in the time period, we are also observing change in the value of the variable. It doesn't remain the same at all the periods. Means it indicates that yt should depend upon certain components. Those are called the components of the time series. Got it, girls? Yt stands for the value of the variable. Well, as you are calling it as a variable, variable means which is going to change. It doesn't remain the same for all the time periods. The value of the variable is going to change from time to time. So it is depending upon the certain factors. Those factors on which the value of the variable depends are called the components of time series. These are called components of time series. Let us see what are the components of time series. Components of time series. You have four components on which the time series depends. Those are trend and seasonal variation or periodic variations. Periodic or short-term fluctuations, and under this only you have, under 2A and B you have seasonal and cyclic, and this is nothing but random or irregular components. Components are nothing but the factors which influence the change in the value of the variable are called the components of the time series. The components which influence the value of the variable are nothing but trend, which are also called the long term fluctuations. Second one is nothing but periodic or short term fluctuations. Under this only you will have two categories called seasonal variations and cyclic variations. Other one is nothing but random or irregular variations. Variations means which causes changes. Trend, which is also called long term fluctuations. Periodic or short term fluctuations, under that you have seasonal and cyclic, and the third one is nothing but random or irregular fluctuations. Let us discuss about the trend or long term fluctuations. So I think you have used the term called trend for many times. What I mean by trend here, if I take let us say that yt is nothing but I am calling that as a value of time series at time t. As I took in the first example, what I took, that is nothing but production of a commodity in a particular year as 180, or sales or production, which is nothing but 180. This 180 is not because of any single factor which is influencing it. I will give you the best example here. Yt, if I take sales of let us say sweets, sales of sweets, let us take it is in the month, it is always in monthly data. In the month of Jan, we observed that in a particular sweet stall, we observed that 200 kilos of sweet was sold out. This 200 in the month of February, it was again reduced to 180. In the month of March, again it is decreased 150, and in the month of April again let us say it is raised like this. The data is showing this pattern. Now we are going to discuss trend. So we are observing change in these figures from month to month. So trend is nothing but general tendency of data either to increase or decrease over a long period of time. So if you take, you have up to December, you have, depending upon that the shop is going to declare that for the year 2015 or something, the sales are nothing but on an average 500 kg. Okay, these are monthly data. Depending upon this study, he is going to conclude the yearly sales are nothing but 500 kg, which indicates that in the month, if you observe here, you have 200 here, you have 180 here, you have 150 here, and in somewhere in the months like in the Diwali, in the season like October or in month of Diwali and Dasara, they may be 600 kg sold, may be sold out. Means trend indicates it is the quantity, it is the value which may increase over a long period of time, increase or decrease over a long period of time. Trend indicates always a long term fluctuations, not monthly or not daily. It indicates the yearly trend over a long period of time. If you observe the population from 1910 or 11 onwards, the population is always showing a increasing trend only. We say that population is showing an increasing term. How do you calling that the population is always increasing? It indicates that by observing the past data over a long period called number of years. After observing a number of years of population, we are concluding that the population is increasing and the number of deaths are always decreasing over a long period. Means these changes are as a result of a number of years, which is called the long term. Either may show a increasing trend or decreasing trend. So by trend we mean that the general tendency of data to increase or decrease over a long period of time. So when we observe these means the data related to the population always show an increasing trend. Simply we are concluding increasing it is by observation with a long period. Similarly, agricultural production is also increasing and currency in circulation. I think if we observe from past 50 or 60 years, currency increase, circulation in currency currency circulation is being increasing also, and all those are showing increasing trend. And the number of decreasing trend you can see now is nothing but decreasing trend is always observed in deaths when compared to births. Births always shows an increasing trend. Even though deaths are also increasing, comparatively with respect to births, deaths always show a decreasing trend because of the facilities, advanced medical facilities or awareness in the something in the common people. We observe that there is a decreasing trend in the deaths. Means the first component, secular trend, indicates that general tendency of data to increase or decrease over a long period of time. So how do you conclude trend is present? Means by observing for a long period. Like I said you that increasing trend can be seen in births and agricultural production, currency and circulation. Best example for downward trend is nothing but number of deaths or the mortality rate can be observed as a decreasing trend. The second one is nothing but periodic or short-term fluctuations. As I said you, we are naming that trend as long-term fluctuations. Those are observed for a long period of time. Second one is nothing but periodic or short-term fluctuations which are observed over a short period of time. So under this only I said you two categories. Okay, what are those? Means seasonal fluctuations or variations, whatever it may be, seasonal and cyclic. So under trend, the data shows the same trend for years and years. As the name itself indicates that these are short term, which are seasonal fluctuations. Means those are for less than 12 months, which is nothing but less than 1 year the data shows a change. These are nothing but from 3 to 4 years. I'll give you an example. If you observe the sale of umbrellas, let us say that sale of umbrellas I think it's not a constant value. It is going to increase and decrease at regular intervals of the time. Sale of umbrellas always increase during rainy season. Okay, and the other seasons when compared to this we will observe a downward trend. Here we observe an increasing trend, and the other seasons we are going to observe a downward trend. All these means within the year only, out of 12 months, for like 3 to 4 months we observe an increasing trend. For the rest of the months, like any 6 months or anything, we are going to see the change which is nothing but decreasing trend. Means the variations, those are because of the seasons are called the seasonal fluctuations with a time period of less than 12 months. So similarly, sale of ice creams and ACs and coolers increase during summer. These are also seasonal. During the summer time they increase, and the remaining time we see that decreasing trend. Means here we are observing the variations within a year. Means within the year only the sale of umbrellas in the first quarter they are going to increase, in the second quarter they are going to decrease, and so on. Within the year only we are observing the variations, which is called the one of the category under seasonal fluctuations. Similarly, sale of crackers, especially they increase during the festival called Diwali and other any marriage season or anything. Means sale of crackers will reach the highest point, or will see the maximum sales during the festival season. Similarly, sale of the sweets and these clothes or dresses will increase during the festival season. Means whenever the changes are periodical, means at regular intervals. I think every Diwali time the cracker sales are going to increase. Means at periodically within the year to year, or within the 6 months, within the 8 months, we observe changes in the variations in the particular value. Here these are nothing but YT, sale of umbrellas. We are observing change in the value of the variable within a period of less than 1 year, which is called 12 months is called seasonal variations. The second one is nothing but cyclic variations. If you observe the change in the value of the variable at a regular intervals called 3 to 4 years, every 4 years the data, the value is going to change. If we see that, I don't know whether you know or not, I think the employees are given with gratuity fund or something, some benefits will be given to you. All those will be given to you, all those are given to the employees for a completion of like 4 years or 5 years. Means every 4 years, after every 4 years, we are going to observe in the salary component of the employee with respect to this gratuity fund. These are not because of seasonal or anything. Those are observed within a cycle of 3 to 4 years. Again I am repeating, the 4 components are nothing but trend, which is also called long term fluctuations. Second one is nothing but periodic or short term fluctuations. Third one is nothing but cyclic component and random fluctuations. Trend is nothing but these are the changes observed over a long period of time, means years of years, like more than 10 years. After observing for more than 10 years, we are going to conclude the increasing trend or decreasing trend, as I gave you the examples. The second one is nothing but short term fluctuations. These are the changes because of within a year or year to less than 10 years of time. Seasonal fluctuations means these are the changes which we observe within a time of less than 12 months are called the seasonal fluctuations. The changes which observe every cycle means every 3 years. After every 3 years, the employee is assigned with some other gratuity fund or some other benefit. Every 4 years, after every 4 years, the employee is given encouraged with some other scheme. Means he is going to get it at every 3 years or every 4 years or every 5 years. Here the time period is more than 1 year and less than 5 years is called the cyclic fluctuations. Okay, thank you.